Alright, welcome back. Today we've got something a bit different. I'm going for my first golf lesson in about 2 years, I think. Driving to Manchester now, going to see a guy called Whittaker. You may have heard of him if you're in the YouTube circles like I am. Proper, I've really been excited for this for a good time now. It's actually been quite a long time in coming with booking because Dan is like really high in demand. So on my way to Manchester, reason that I want a lesson with Dan is because he's got a very clear and distinct way of teaching, and his kind of method is the direction that I really want to see my swing go in. So this is going to be super cool. I'm going to bring you along for the journey today. I hope you enjoy it, and next time I speak to Nal, probably when I get there. So see you in a bit.
Even him versus Crossfield on those, it's just like Rick's another level of doing them ones.
There's a lot less these days as well, doesn't it?
Mild less.
Now at this part, what you're about to see is the majority of the lesson, so if you're not interested, please feel free to skip to this timestamp now. If you are interested, however, well, here we go. Fire away then.
Yes please, mate. Yeah, Mike was in them with me, he does all my filming for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does he have a couple of lessons off as well? I've seen him in a couple of videos.
Yeah. Alright, don't film it.
Alright, strikes have been decent.
Yeah.
Thankfully I got straight out of range and ate a couple of nice ones straight away, so... You know, I never know how long it takes me to warm up these days.
Is that the bad one? That I don't mean that.
This is something that I see, right? You know, when I've not been playing for ages and I start, I can hit little fades. But the more I get into it, I don't want to see a fade, so then it'll just start turning and turning, and then I pull the driver out and it'll go right to left. So this is what I mean when I'm not sure about what my patterns are.
Yes.
Because it can be both ways, you know what I mean?
Okay, exactly what you mean. You check around if you want, mate.
It was funny, I'm really trained at thinking, well, we went on for like my pressure coats absolutely all over the shop. He was one of the mates were just taking piss out of her big litter.
So you just got fully qualified what, a few months ago?
Yeah. So graduation's in next month.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I'm glad it's not a cap and gown job. That's not me, that, you know.
No.
Blazer in it.
Yeah. Okay, so what you see here, pressure plate wise, definitely a lot more towards your toes here at the start, so sort of like 68-69% towards the toes, forwards in this direction here. What we'll then see is because of this, see that your armpit line here is vertically down straight towards the toes as well, so that's just obviously going along with where that pressure is. Yeah. What we'll then see is, as you start to take the club back, first move, you quite quickly work the club behind you, because what you do is your right elbow really early on folds backwards in this direction. Right. So once that works back behind you in that direction there, mate, as you start to keep moving, the right palm works a little bit up towards the sky, and then as you go towards that top of the backswing, those arms lift upwards. So now when we have a look at this here, we can see left arm is steeper than the shoulders. Right. Yeah. It's not horrendous, but it's the way that it's moved there. So it's moved by going sort of in, under, up, that sort of pattern. So now what will happen is as you start down, it works over there. So now it's a really steep position coming down. Then what you do is your head will drop to the right. So have a look at this from the front view in just a sec.
There's a bit of funkiness where head work going off, isn't there?
That's for you to try and show the path element.
Right.
Okay. Because your right elbow works behind your body here. Okay. We don't get much wrist set, so it's kind of wrist set in this way, rather than this in this manner. So what happens now is head goes forwards, and now what it'll do is at this point now it will start to drop to the right. Yeah. So it just slightly stalls out to the right, and as it stalls out, that's when the hands take over because the body stops moving. Yeah. He does that to try and shallow the golf club in here to get it into out, because obviously at this point now it's really steep. Yeah. So because it's steep, your head drops to the right in order to shallow that club. So what we want to try and do is, first off, is get that backswing working a little bit more up and on plane, particularly first move. See how that club to feel like it stays outside your hands for longer.
Yeah.
So if we have a look at this right here, what we'll see is it stays outside the hands for longer there. Yours quickly gets behind the hands in here.
Yeah.
See the difference in where the elbow is though?
Yeah.
At this point yours is already backwards, this is in front of the body.
Yeah.
So now the wrist sets, see your left arm's across and the right
Yeah.
elbow's back, then it works up and across, then it loads a bit more, so it's quite a different position. Yours then gets steep, this shallows. Yeah. So that's obviously Rose. This one's the that I teach, so I know exactly what he does because I've taught it to him.
Yeah.
So first move away, everything is more together, and you see how it's much more up at halfway back. And then at the top, for the left arm sat on top of the shoulders, arrived there in a different fashion. Now it can shallow.
Yeah.
So what we know is that your two-way pattern that you get like a bit pulley and a bit fading and sometimes get too much draw is all because of the way that you're trying to shallow the club after the way that you transition it. So what we need to do first of all is get you moving it back a little bit more together and with you, get it into a better wound up position at the top where it hasn't gone under and up, and because therefore it has to go over because it does that shape. Get it up so it's in a position to be able to shallow and you can start to turn more. Sound alright? Any questions from you, mate?
No, that's brilliant.
Did you come over snake past that way then?
Yeah. Snake past, yeah. We come out with Man U fans, so we come that way to game and stuff as well.
Oh dear? Yeah. So you were buzzing last night?
Proper buzzing.
Let's if you're ready to it for me, mate. Forget there's a goal obviously not there. Yeah, I'm red as well, so.
Oh, nice. I'm glad.
Okay, now what we want to do is from here, okay, start that chest turning back for me, mate. Okay, and from here, feel that club starts to set more that way.
Right.
With that elbow more down. You feel like that? How it's just starting to load down. Now take it to the top. Load that right hip back a little bit more. That's where I want you to be. Do you feel the difference?
Yeah.
Now you have a look at that, mate. Look where the club and everything's positioned. The balance. So different, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's back at the start again for me. So we know that you've weighted a bit towards your toes. So sit a little down on the floor for us so it's not hovering. Okay. You get yourself into a position where you're relatively comfortable for me. Right, so from there, can you lift your toes up inside your shoes?
Yeah.
Do you feel any proper little down on the floor so it's not hollow? From there, if you lift your toes up, do you feel tension down from your shins?
A little bit, yeah.
Right. Move in there and now do you feel tension?
That's better, yeah. I felt my weight shift then as well.
Right, so that's where we want you just a little bit nearer to. So now let everything turn back together for me, mate. Okay, now keep going, and then this will fold down there, so the wrist's set up. That's the difference. Right. Okay, now from there, load. Feel the difference?
Yeah.
Turn that back.
A lot more of a stretch as well.
Okay, have a look at that at the top now.
That's crazy different, isn't it?
Way different. Right, back at the start again for me, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, practice swing for me, everything coming back together as a unit. That's good.
It'll be that folded there.
Right, do it again, mate. Pretty good that. Okay, slow that in a little bit at the start.
Yeah.
Okay, start to turn that arm, right palm on top left arm. That's where I want it. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
Okay, do it again.
I like that.
Feel it?
Yeah. There's like way more settings, so it feels like it's gone from 0 to 100, you know, setting it there.
Feel it?
Yeah.
Do it again. So you're going to play a few events this year?
I'm going to try to, yeah. I kind of need a little bit of a something to work on, which is like, this is just perfect now. You know, give me a bit of inspiration almost.
Yeah.
Because at the minute it's just like running around like an headless chicken.
That's really good. See the difference?
Yeah.
First move's good. Wrist set. Really good effort. Just turn that right back a little bit, mate.
Right.
That's good again, mate.
Yeah. I feel, you know, when we're like talking about setting, I feel like I'm getting a bit cuppier there. But the last batsman I did, I got a bit more that way. You know, it was like a reaction. Would you want to see it more that way?
Okay, this is going to sound stupid.
Yeah.
I don't mind which one you get.
Right.
Okay.
As long as we get them.
As long as you get the club outside your hands, it working up a little bit,
Yeah.
and somewhere ballparked at the top for the right position for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably in order to set the wrists, it would be this movement to take it back to halfway for me, please, chap. Okay. And then let the wrists load from there. Okay. So if we
got it.
Okay. If we load it there, it's probably going to have a little bit of cut for you.
Yeah.
If you go a bit more flat, so it's not as loaded.
Yeah.
Now take it to the top. It doesn't look as much set between here and here for you, and you didn't have that much set before.
No.
Okay, so what I'd be looking at is saying that as long as you've gone there and you've got it loaded in here, you're probably you get a bit more range of motion from in there. So you'll get a bit more set out of it. Now wind up to the top. Now that's where I want it to be.
Yeah.
Do you feel the difference, mate? There is a slight cup in here, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay, if you flatten that out, even just to that, okay, that's club facing now a little bit closed relative to your arm.
Yeah.
You go back where we were, club face is dead square relative to your left arm.
Yeah.
So there and there match perfect.
Yeah.
So that actually looks like a good fit for you.
Yeah.
Provided you've let that wrist go backward, which is down to this elbow folding downwards.
Yeah.
Your problem was, take off at the start, mate, is you'd let that elbow go back.
Yeah.
Okay, so now as you start to move, see how it's already behind you?
Yeah.
Okay, this time, move it away. You see how it's in front of you there?
Yeah.
This is where I want it. Don't want it to have over
Yeah.
that there for me. Okay, so do that again, mate. Okay, again. Yes.
Yeah.
Again, please. Good. What's that, mate?
Same again.
Yes, please. What's this?
That takeaway feeling, I mean, I don't like that. Was that a bit too steep, that one?
Don't think you'll get that with the ball there, though. Try one.
Right.
Make sure you're turning that right hip back for me, though.
Yeah, because I can get to there and I need to be there, don't I?
Yeah, you need to make sure that keeps loading all the way back for me, yeah?
Yeah, got it.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, right. Give it a go.
Yes, please.
That felt nice.
That's good. What's this one? That's really good, that. Just see if you can just get it a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Don't, and you've got your weight still a bit on your toes, just get a bit more even across
So,
your feet.
still feeling a bit closer on it as well.
Yeah, and just feel like you're just a bit more back towards your heels, not by loads, so just a little bit if you can, please, mate.
Not as much set on that one.
Wasn't far away, just a little bit behind you,
Yeah.
wasn't quite as good a set.
Yeah.
Great effort though, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Right, try again for me, just set up to it. Really good. From what I see right now is, it looks like your pattern with the short mid stuff is going to be a fade.
Yeah.
The long stuff is going to want to try and be a draw because you're going to be shallower and trying to hit up on
Yeah.
it, which is going to change what your numbers do. Long term, it can go whichever way you want it to.
Right.
At the minute, your downswing transition is where you'd have to change things to dictate which pattern you're going to hit. At the moment, though, if you came doing what you're doing here, which seems fairly natural, your transition, right? But it has a slight move out there. If we did that and added a couple of bits that really, really fit in with it and mean that you get rid of your hands through the ball, I think you can hit that shot and play really, really good under pressure.
Yeah.
So what I'd be saying is, almost the case of, let's get you in a shot that you can repeat and you feel comfortable with and stuff like that. I know you said that you quite liked it in a draw traditionally and stuff like that.
But if I've got something that is just repeatable, I'm happy with it.
Well, the thing is, right, and this is why I like things like a track man, because it's not my opinion or your opinion, it's just a fact. It's just giving us a number, okay? You don't care who stood here, does it?
No.
Right, or she. Don't care who it is, what they do. If you have a look at those paths for me, mate.
Yeah.
Okay. They're all slightly out to it.
Yeah.
They're not a lot either.
No.
Okay, but they're all the same. Now what will happen is with the driver, because you want to hit more up on it, once you get there, you'll just be dropping late, just shifting the path. So all I do is just switch that up a little bit.
Yeah.
Be easy, mate. You look at this, okay? Watch this move. Good set. Getting into a decent top of the backswing, just a few frames long.
Yeah.
But there's that transition. That seems really, that seems natural.
Yeah.
We can tweak it, but I wouldn't say that you want to have to hit a draw.
Right.
Because the minute if you hit a draw, it's a bit of a pull draw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just due to where the shaft angle is there, and then it recovers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So set up to it again, mate. Okay. Get the weight a bit more across the middle of your feet for me. Turn everything back together, mate. Feel it set now, load it to the top. Feel it short, you feel it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do it again, please, mate. Excellent. Right, try that for me now and hit one, mate. Take it back, load it, keep it short. Excellent. Does that feel like?
Yeah, got it.
Look great. Watch this. Getting there, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Just set up a little earlier, but overall really, really good. Right, try again, mate. Let's get water one second. Would you like one?
Yeah, don't mind.
I've grafted it.
I like it, mate. It's mint having a direction again, you know.
Yeah.
I've just been slumming around for ages. I've had a couple of nice scrambled decent scores as well.
Yeah.
I was just going in now thinking it's going to be right graft today, this.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to slog this for a 74.
Yeah.
Pick up 20 quid.
Yeah.
So.
We'll practice, move, get a feel. How does that feel?
Bit pushy, that one. Bit strange. I wasn't thinking about keeping it short that time either. My thoughts at the minute are more all like takeaway, because that's crazy different. Well, that's what I can get used to.
Yeah.
And then it's that set there.
And then it's keeping it short once you've got those two bits in place. Yeah, agreed.
And that's when it come from right hip, like loading more and feeling more back.
So,
Wicked.
what's this?
Yeah.
Loads better.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. See what I mean about that move from top though?
That's just, and at the minute, okay, part of that's going to be transition, but because you've done the other way all the time, okay, it'll be one of those, grab up.
No, it's alright, I'm just saying.
Because you've done that other way all the time, you kind of know it at the minute. Now long term, you might want to change that, okay? I'm not saying, but for the short term, you know it and you can deliver it. I'm not saying I couldn't necessarily play with it, okay? But you couldn't play with my transition at the moment either because it doesn't fit with what you currently do.
Yeah.
So you'll probably have to think quite a lot about first move, getting the set, keeping it short, get the weight right at dress.
Yeah.
You're not in a position to change what that downswing's doing yet and make it stick.
Yeah.
So what I'd do is I'd work at getting these in, then look at how you can get the transition to match the movements you're doing.
Yeah.
Which will make a massive difference.
I think that, but as mad as it's all sound as well, when I come to play more, that transition will change, you know.
Yeah, because you'll react it. It might just change itself.
Yeah.
The big bit is going to be if you load those hips properly, the transition can begin to change.
Yeah.
If you don't load the pelvis properly and you keep the weight on the toes, it'll only ever be that way.
Yeah, always.
So that's why I'm really reluctant to give you a thought forward, not because I don't think it's going to make any change, but because you already know that one, and it's that tipping point of giving you too many things to think about, you can't do any of them.
Yeah. That's better. I don't know if it was short though, but take away and then second bit felt nice. It's the setting.
What did that feel like, mate?
I keep forgetting the shortness.
Okay.
That would. I felt like the setting. I feel like I'm fanning it open a little bit, but I know I'm not, which is cool. Do you know what I mean?
Of course. There you go.
Takeaway's way better though, isn't it?
Like miles better.
Yeah. Still a bit long.
Just a little bit.
We're thinking now.
Way better overall move though.
Yeah,
way better.
What's lightweight like at the setup? Is it more, Neil? That's what I've been trying.
Yes, getting there. A little bit more would be great if you can,
Yeah,
please,
cool.
Jack. Yeah?
So, like close to it's a good feeling as well then, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
That were definitely shorter.
Okay, just get the weight a tiny little bit more back for me if you can, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
That one felt nice. Yeah.
Min.
Yeah.
Right, again, please. That was really, really,
Awesome,
really
man.
good. Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Does that feel like, mate?
I don't know if takeaway was good on that one. What do you think? Still better, but
I think we can work up just a tiny little bit earlier.
Right.
Do it again, mate.
right, got it.
Really good effort.
Yeah.
Wind up still with that chest with it, or with those hips more.
Yeah.
Sorry. But movement was really,
Yeah.
really good, mate.
Felt shorter as well.
You like this?
Yeah.
Really good. Right, again, please. What do that feel like?
I'm not sure, a bit funkier. Feel way more compact though, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, look at the difference.
I know. That's way better, isn't it?
Yeah. Could you keep turning the hips a
Yeah.
tiny
Yeah.
little
Is that
bit
going to
more?
stop that carry up there then if I get?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Just, it will help you a lot. It helps stop it tipping a little
Yeah.
bit forwards.
Yeah. Not a bit shanky.
No man, try again, practice one.
Yeah.
Give me a more.
I'm amazed that that's first like bad on that bit.
It's only slightly next, it's not what I reckon.
Didn't roll with that.
Pretty good that. Far away that. That's pretty tight.
No. Say it again.
Yeah, please. Well done,
A
mate.
bit more loaded that time.
Did they still have Bel Air on site?
Yeah, we had some dangerous Thursday nights on residential week.
Oh.
Last year we went into Birmingham, you know, on Thursday night.
Did you?
Started off in Bella, went to Birmingham. Big casino at 4 o'clock in the morning, about 300 quid up on roulette.
Shut up.
I've always had a jacket from Belfry.
That's brilliant.
Right now. So is loading right side going to shorten it more, do you think? Yeah, that's much better, isn't it? Oh, well better. Cool, that's a nice feeling to have.
Right, do it again, mate. Couple more for Jack to be set of notes to finish with. Really good, mate.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, that's the one, innit? That feeling getting there is way better, innit?
Yeah, one last one for me, mate.
feeling.
Ace.
Just a wizard, mate. So as you've probably guessed, it is a couple of days after the lesson now. I'm doing a bit of a recap. If you've skipped to this part, hello, welcome. This is the kind of full debriefing of the lesson that Dan sent me through an app called Coach Now. If you managed to watch all of the lesson, comment below, let me know what you thought. And yeah, also hello, this is the recap. This is what Dan's sent over to me via Coach Now. So I'm going to play it for you now, and then I'll do a bit of a summary myself after that. So have a look, let me know what you think.
Okay, Jack, so what you see here, pressure plate wise, definitely a lot more towards your toes here at the start, so sort of like 68-69% towards the toes, forwards in this direction here. What we'll then see is because of this, we'll see that your armpit line here is vertically down straight towards the toes as well, so that's just obviously going along with where that pressure is. What we'll then see is, as you start to take the club back, first move, you quite quickly work the club behind you, because what you do is your right elbow really early on folds backwards in this direction. Right. So once that works back behind you in that direction there, mate, as you start to keep moving, the right palm works a little bit up towards the sky, and then as you go towards that top of the backswing, those arms lift upwards. So now when we have a look at this here, we can see left arm is steeper than the shoulders. Right. Yeah. It's not horrendous, but it's the way that it's moved there. So it's moved by going sort of in, under, up, that sort of pattern. So now what will happen is as you start down, it works over there. That's a really steep position coming down. And then what you do is your head will drop to the right. So have a look at this from the front view in just a sec.
There's a bit of funkiness where head work going off, isn't there?
That's for you to try and shallow the path out, right? Okay. So because your right elbow works behind your body here, okay, we don't get much wrist set, so it's kind of wrist is set in this way rather than in this manner. So what happens now is head goes forwards, and now what it'll do is at this point now will start to drop to the right. So it just slightly stalls out to the right, and as it stalls out, that's when the hands take over because the body stops moving. But he does that to try and shallow the golf club in here to get it into out. Because obviously at this point now it's really steep. So because it's steep, your head drops to the right in order to shallow that club. So what we want to try and do is, first off, is get that backswing working a little bit more up and on plane, particularly first move. See that club to feel like it stays outside your hands for longer. So we have a look at this right here. What we'll see is it stays outside the hands for longer there. Yours quickly gets behind the hands in here. See the difference is where the elbow is though? At this point yours is already backwards, this is in front of the body. So now the wrist sets, see how your left arm's across and the right elbow is back, then it works up and across, then it loads a bit more, so it's quite a different position. Yours then gets steep, this shallows. So that's obviously Rose. This one's a lad I teach, so I know exactly what he does because I've taught it to him. So first move away, everything's more together, and you see how it's much more up at halfway back. And then at the top, the left arm sat on top of the shoulders, arrived there in a different fashion. Now it can shallow. So what we know is that your two-way pattern that you get like a bit pulley and a bit fading and sometimes get too much draw is all because of the way that you're trying to shallow the club after the way that you transition it. So what we need to do first of all is get you moving it back a little bit more together and with you. Get it into a better wound up position at the top where it hasn't gone under and up, because therefore it has to go over because it does that shape. Get it up so it's in a position to be able to shallow and you can start to turn more. Sound alright?
Sound good.
Okay, Jack, so what we've got here is got a little bit more weight towards the middle back end of the feet. Okay, that's going to be key because that's going to really help you with the winding up. What we're then doing is a winding back, mate, getting that everything turning back more as a unit, weight then loading into that right heel. This looks so different as a golf swing. Loading properly. Got the hips turning back in this direction here. Get the weight going into your heel. Arms are matched at the top short, but you can see it's nowhere near as steep coming down either, and it's getting rid of some of the flip coming through the ball. The big key is loading that pelvis whilst feeling the club setting up more. can see now matching those two in there from the front view to the top looks really, really good. Through impact, overall getting more compression, so really positive in all those things, mate. So just work out, make sure you get the first move together, weight more even across the feet at address, and then loading that pelvis in the back tank.
So then, just to recap, my kind of personal account from this tremendous experience that I had with the lesson with Dan. He's genuinely one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. I had a preconception that he would be like a nice guy, you know, he comes across as a very, very nice bloke on YouTube, but then to actually get there and have a chance to talk to him, for half of the lesson we just was literally talking about everything, life, careers, YouTube. It was absolutely brilliant. So he definitely does take more of an interest into you as a person as what I thought he would. I thought he'd kind of be all golf, but really looking forward to going back. I'm going to book a session for about 4 or 5 weeks time. He's very high in demand, as I've mentioned at the start of this video. 4 or 5 weeks I'm going to get booked back in. He's offered me help online through Coach Now. He said if I ever have any questions or queries, feel free to send them over to him. Yeah, so basically all in all, can't recommend him enough. Absolutely quality coach for the money that I paid. I think it's incredibly good value, although some people might not see it that way, but I definitely think it was. And the biggest thing out of this is that I just can't wait to implement the changes that we've worked on and get playing again. One of my main things that I wanted to come out of this lesson was to feel inspired to play golf again, and I'm absolutely buzzing for it. If you like this video, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Loads more content coming out this year, and that's pretty much it. So until next time, thanks for watching. Cheers.